We've had a really big drop in temperature over the last couple of days. We've been seeing temperatures between 70 and 80. But today, in this greenhouse, which is obviously a lot warmer than it is outside, is only 60. So a really big drop, which is why we decided to put some insulation in the first place, because it just comes in the UK all at once. But we've still got bits and bobs growing in here. And as I always say, when I do anything, I'll always keep you updated on the progress of anything that you might have seen being sown. So we'll just have a quick look at some of these things that we're growing in this greenhouse. I'm sure you've seen this on previous videos. That's the multi-sown salad leaf. All different varieties. And they've come on really well. And we're starting to get a little bit of size on those lettuce at the back now. So if we wanted, we could start picking leaves from these. Just taking little harvests while we wait for the others to mature. And this is that multi-sown mustard. I'm sure you'll remember, it's not been in here too long, but it's now started to get its true leaves. So that's coming along really well. We've got a few more bits and bobs over here as well. That's the mustard that we pricked out as little seedlings when we moved it on. And some cauliflower. And we've still got some peppers on these plants as well. But most of the pepper plants are now coming to end. So what we've done is we've cut them back a lot of the other plants to try and encourage some little baby peppers to grow before the season completely ends and we start getting any frosts, which is these ones over here. You can see they've been really stripped back, but we are starting to get little peppers now. And this one's actually full of flowers, but so far I can't see any peppers growing. And it could be the fact that as this temperature drops, there's going to be less pollinators about. So maybe to just brush inside there and go from one flower to another might just help pollinate some. Best way to do that is really with a cotton bud. Just go from one flower to the other and just do that. And if there's anything in there that's going to pollinate, that'll pollinate it. We aren't need for any insects. So we'll do that properly later and see if it makes any difference over the next few days. And then we've got those microgreens, and they have advanced a little since we last looked. Those have not been in there more than a day or so. Never expected anything to happen with those yet. The peas so far aren't sprouting, but sometimes they'll take a bit longer. We've got the odd beetroot that's now trying to germinate, but these ones have germinated really well and they're now starting to grow. I'll have to have a look on a previous video so I can see exactly what I put in here, but something's happening with these, and they're only planted on a paper towel, so to see them growing and greening up like that, it's brilliant. And we've got the same sort of thing happening here. Quite a lot of these seeds have germinated now. And if you try this and you see furry little parts like that, if you can see that, that's not always to do with fungus. That's also part of the germination process. So don't worry, your plants are fine and they'll carry on growing. But as you can see in this one, quite a lot have germinated now. And again in this one. So they're well underway now, and we'll check back on them again in a few days, and we just need to keep them covered up because we know those hungry little mice are still around somewhere. And that carrot pot that we very thinly seeded is doing alright. We've got quite a few more carrots up now, so hopefully we can keep these growing all the way through autumn into winter. One thing that I am going to be sowing today though is more cabbage. I've got some of these multi-cell trays. They are really useful. You can just use them again and again. They originally had plug plants in and flowers that I bought a couple of years ago, and now I just use them, recycle them every year for growing little plants. Just use those extra trays to bed this compost down. These seeds are called Winter King cabbage, and they're a type of Savoy. But if we grow some now and get them to plants about 3 or 4 inches tall, we can pop them outside, cover them with a net and grow them all the way through winter, ready to harvest next spring. I'm just going to make a slight indentation in these cells, not too deep because they're very tiny seeds. And then we'll just drop a couple of seeds in each cell, just in case one doesn't germinate. And they're old seeds, so they need using up. You can put one seed in if you prefer, or at this time of year I don't want to take the risk that they don't germinate and then I've got nothing, so the time's been wasted. Then a very light covering. I want these up and running as soon as possible. Just make sure they're properly covered. So a quick water, pop a label in, and that's the Savoy cabbages. And as I said, once they're big enough, we'll get them planted outside, maybe put the odd one in here as well, see if we can grow it and harvest it a bit smaller. But rest of the day, it's out there cleaning up. But if you want to see the progress of what we are doing over the next few months, please just hit that subscribe button, press that notifications bell, and we'll see you next time. You all take care.